All right, hello, hello, hello. Let me know if you guys can hear me all right. I think we still have some mic issues, but we shall see. Hold on. Sorry, the Kipster is on the move again. There you go. Getting ready to hit start, and all of a sudden, I hear the door go clunk, and he, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, come here. Oh, all right. I guess we're gonna start off early with the paper clips today. All right. Really? Good job, Kipster. All right. So, 7, 25, 22, 18, 30, 15, 13, 8. Snorefest yet again. So things have moved and kind of retraced back again. So, here, you want this stuff? You can have this stuff. Yeah, I mean, again, it's December. What are you going to do? Yeah. Not much to say. I like this one. U.S. senators want oil companies paying more tax, increasing their output. Democratic senators propose anti-big oil bill to close loopholes. So funny. Saudi Arabia basically has flicked us off and given us the finger. And now our senators are like, no, you should make zero money. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you shouldn't be making money, but they're not going to pay them when, obviously they have down years. It's funny how little senators actually truly know about business whatsoever, but yet they get voted in because, people like them. Dumb. Idiots. All idiots. If that offends you, sorry, don't care. Oil companies have a right to shareholders, just like any other business does. Like, if you're going to go after them saying, hey, they should not be, again, Apple should be paying more in taxes. Apple right now is basically saying that they're going to increase their encryption so the FBI cannot go into drug dealers and all these other people's phones, right? They already have issues with Apple, and they're saying, hey, if you raise this encryption, we cannot go into their phone and sources, and that will cause problems. So why is Apple not in here? Why shouldn't Apple pay more in taxes? Because we know they don't bring money back again. And why should Apple be allowed to make profit if oil is not allowed to do it? So, yeah. Just goes to show you that, again, this is all bull. It's what people think they want to hear. Yeah, gas prices. Well, why are gas prices high? Well, that's pretty easy. It's very simple to put a figure on that one. And I hate to say it, but the whole rest of the world's got to kind of figure it out. And our ego is what's going to ruin it for all of us. Besides that, not really a whole lot. Bank of England to add 50 basis points. Again, I love it. Too little, too late. I love some of these things. So again, BOE is going to continue to raise. You're seeing it's not really changing much over there. -3, 1, 10. Not anything big whatsoever. You would think, wait a second, a 0.5 increase. That's a big deal. Not really. It's not really the big deal for the most part. As you can see, there's nothing out here. I mean, over here, look. I mean, there's one. The unemployment insurance claims came in as exactly as expected. Everything else, little yellow here, little yellow here. 50% basis point raise, nothing. China auto industry sold this many passenger cars, down a little bit. Well, grab it, buddy. Nothing, right? Nothing. And then a little bit of trade services from 14 hours ago. Yeah. So, yeah, this is December. Like I said, this is, typically currencies is a little bit more insulated from it, but it doesn't mean that they don't, obviously have down weeks where there's not a lot going on, which is totally fine. I mean, it's just, again, it gives you the ability to do some analysis. It's a little bit longer term, prepare yourself. And again, bigger levels will come back into the market. It's just, not necessarily right now. Like I said, I think all eyes right now are basically, waiting on the dollar, figure out, all right, okay, what are we going to raise? Is it going to be 50-50? What's going on with it? And we'll go from there. Loopholes, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's loopholes in everything. There's loopholes in our taxes, and again, they're pissed about loopholes. Well, whoops, right? They're pissed about loopholes, right? That they should close the loopholes. Well, you're in power? Why are the loopholes still there? I mean, you had 100% ability to do whatever the heck you wanted for the last 2 years. Why do the loopholes still exist? Right? Yeah, I love how they like to say that. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about who's been in power for the last, I don't know, what side has been in more power in the last, 12 years, 15 years, right? Why the loopholes still exist? Okay. So stop pointing it at companies because, again, their job is to make profit, and they are doing that. And again, it's for oil that they make profit when things are bad. They don't make profit when things are good, for consumers. So it's yeah, it's what about banks? Banks are evil. God forbid a bank can make money. Those evil banks. Yeah, they're publicly traded companies. They're not supposed to make profit. I mean, come on, this is the same crap. It is what it is. It's just ridiculous. Cannot wait till they're all gone. Just get rid of all of them. So, and it will be interesting. Like you said, Jeff, yeah, the other side now holds power in the House. It'll be interesting to see. And again, people will be like, oh, you're looking into bad people. Really? Because they, again, it's all fair play. The mudslinging started multiple elections ago from one party, and then now both parties have to do nothing but mudsling. And people are tired of it, but look where it originated. That's all you got to do is look to see who it originated with and how it originated. And again, loopholes, great. Cancel all the tax code. Get rid of all of it. And again, put that consumption tax on like we talked about. And again, problem solved. Problem solved. So, but yeah, it's a shame. There's like literally no great news out there today. It's like boring. And again, 2, 9, pound yen 10. I'm sorry, 9. It's all boring. Yeah. All right, tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm hoping that we have a great day because it's been so crappy the last two. We do have core PPI and PPI coming in as well as consumer sentiment coming in. Inflation expectations dropping a little bit. Kip, stop. Here, take this. Hopefully this provides some movement, and it's funny, inflation expectations are coming down, but the core PPI data is all showing up that it's still positive, that it's not fixed yet. So, and we'll see. Yep, it's taxes, so they could have reconciliation. Thank you. Yeah, they throw it at their own senators. Yep. As I said, they need to add the I don't want that person, and if more people vote against than for, they have to throw all the candidates out and get new ones. Right? You cannot be elected if a majority is voted against. Right? If more people vote against. So then you got to figure out, am I voting for this person or am I voting against this person? Because as I said, the Trump-Hillary election, that wasn't for voting for. That was an election for voting against. Right? I don't know a single person that voted for. I know everybody I know voted against. Right? So again, if the against are more than the fors, then guess what? Your candidate doesn't get in, but neither does the other one. That's the risk you got to play. Then there's some skin in the game, right? Everybody loves skin in the game. Anyway, so let's dive in. Tomorrow, hopefully PPI is going to be good. We'll get something out of this, showing that it's still positive. It's not stopping yet. And again, PPI, particularly the core, definitely gives us a little bit more of a gauge on inflation and what's too high. And that's all we're going to have for tomorrow. Looking at charts, starting off with the VIX, you can see VIX is it's propped up, but yesterday it really didn't do much. It just kind of stayed put from where it was up at that 23 level. It really did nothing in the overnight whatsoever. It just kind of like literally stagnated and then down a little bit. But there's really not any news today, and the news is in. Right now, you're seeing the indices are split, but none of them are big movers. I mean, ES is up 0.05, and YM is up 0.3, and NQ is down 0.2, and Russell is down 0.02, right? Or actually, it's up 0.4. So none of these are really big movers, right? Commodities, all up again, but again, the dollar itself kind of down a little bit, right? We were sitting kind of over here yesterday, bouncing off that level. And again, we were kind of looking for this, like, hey, listen, this is a good level. We could take technically a fall if we can break through it. We've had our 1, we've had our 2, we've had our 3, and we're basing in there now. So this is where we finally start to get that little breakthrough. Maybe that gives us that, again, continued dollar weakness out there. But again, overall, the dollar is not trending higher in anticipation for, again, I think raising those interest rates. So again, commodities all up a little bit. But when we say up, I mean, oil's at, 73, right? We're not talking about the 85 to 90. It really kind of put a bottom in yesterday, and then we're kind of stabilizing, pushing back to that bottom again. And it's funny. They're like, hey, make no profits, right? They need to, and they don't really care how much oil is, how much they're producing, right? They want to increase output, but why do they want to increase output? Is it because we don't have enough, or because they want the price to lower to refill the strategic oil reserve? That's the real reason why they want to increase output. Because remember, and like this is even why it's even more idiotic. Remember, U.S. senators canceled pipelines. They put, exploration things out. Way to go, Kip. Remember, this is the anti-oil group, right? But yet they want to increase output, right? No, it just, if you look behind it, you can tell that there's more to it. But prices are coming down, right? Why do we need to increase output? Like, how much you want OPEC to cut, right? You know, you increase output, OPEC's going to be like, all right, well, we need to stabilize price because, you know, just a little while ago, price was all the way up over here, up in the 90s, right? And now we're down in the 73s less than a month later. This is a big deal. This is not price stability. Nobody can bank on this, which they're not wrong. They're not wrong. So, again, oil is a big one. Natural gas also, again, starting to go up a little bit, but it's not really up yet. It's still got a lot of room to run. Gold and silver, gold's basically flat. Silver's up a little bit. And, again, I'm good with this one rallying. I think this one is a great way to sell. Again, we're up at that 23 mark. That's extremely important. We'll talk about that. It did punch through again in the early morning at 8:30, and now we're kind of going to probably come back down again. So I love this. I hope this stays up high. I really, really hope this stays up here because, you know, with it kind of staying through and punching through this level now, we got another kind of crappy level up top. I think that this is great because, again, as they do raise interest rates, which they are going to do, because remember, we're not at neutral yet. They said not only are they not going to go to neutral, they're going to go past neutral, and then they're going to hold it there for quite some time. Those are all good signs that they're still serious about crushing inflation. So this should all still come back down again. Yeah. Crude is one of those things that I'd love to tell you, Jeff, that it's really like a free market and it's just, you know, everybody gets the data at the same time. But the reality is it's not. It's been proven. Everybody knows it. Yes, the data does come out early. There are people that will have the data. Not people like you or I, but people that are on the inside, right? People that know people, right? And again, you know what the easiest way to fix that is? You know, the easiest people, the easiest way to fix that is ban certain people from being able to trade whatsoever, right? But no, the people that would have to do that are also the people that are in power. So yep. Again, being in the industry, I don't even technically work for the industry, right? But my wife does, and because we're in the same household, I am not allowed to trade stocks, right? Which sucks because I can't even trade options on stocks, right? It's crappy, but that's what the law says. But yet, a senator like Mr. Pelosi, senator's husband like Mr. Pelosi can take $1 million options positions when you think Nancy knows some stuff. You think they talk? But why are the rules still not there? So, yeah, that's what it is. But anyway, yes, people absolutely know what the data is ahead of time. And again, this one dropped the way that it should. And it's funny. You're like, wait a second, there was a decrease in supply. But yeah, again, it's because everybody sees that number. It's a very manipulated market. Yeah, buddy. It's a very manipulated market. All right, so Aussie dollar. So Aussie, we were looking for a pullback, and we got it yesterday at about 1 o'clock. It came in yesterday. We talked about kind of a front run. Yeah. We talked about this front run level. Had you taken this front run level, and actually it missed the upper level, but had you gotten into this position yesterday, it did go all the way down. The 1 to 3 is right. There's 2.99. I'll put it on the other side a little bit. 3.04. So you can see it did come past. It did push down again. And then it found a bottom right there. And again, not really the best level, but I do kind of like this for shorts in the future. So again, price did come down and ended up going higher. And again, it didn't need that second front run. It was 1, 2, and this kind of counted as 3. Number 4 broke through. It did just bounce off the 50 though. So we should see a little bit of retracement back to the downside. Right now, the hard part is, yes, it's turning on the 50. And again, that's purely based off this simple, just high to low kind of fib draw. There's nothing over there showing that there's an area that we're looking to short from. Where we are with it right now, let's see. Do we get any help from the downside at all? Yeah, probably a little bit around the 50. I'd say that there's probably a level sitting right there, which is the old 23 level as well. This could be a potential area that we come and bounce off of. Right now, it needs to be looked at as a profit target, not an entry. Okay, we're going to pull this. Grab something. What do you want? I don't know. Here, you want this? You love this. You're not getting the sand container again. Yep. Here. What's that? You want to play with that on the ground? Yeah. So right now, any type of shorts you have, it's a kind of a decent runner. It's not bad, right? 40 pips back to the downside in the dollar. And again, right now, there's nothing really that signifies this is a great spot besides that it's just a 50, and you're going to have that kind of artificial sellers coming in. But if you do get short on that one, again, I do think this 67.16 is a decent profit target. I would look around this level too. Again, we've been here. This? What? This is just This is nothing. Yeah, here. I'll put that on the ground too. You want to play that? There we go. I think that's a decent level of profit. Now, we could potentially take a bounce off of there. It is a base and a nice confirmed touch. Here, go ahead. But you're only playing with that on the ground. You're not going to sit on Daddy's lap and do that again. There. Here. You can have this one too. Okay. So, a little bit early for a reversal. I think this is more of a trade setup for me for tomorrow. I like how the top of this one does have like the descending wicks on there, but we got to see if this is actually going to be the top or not, or if it's going to kind of make that third punch. It went up, it came back down again, it punched up again, came down, went up, and now it's trying again. It's running out of buyers, but again, it's not necessarily a great level for us to be taking shorts off of. But for some reason, if you do like the 50, you are short on that one. Again, look to take profit at 67.16. There is a level of basing, a nice pop, and a confirmation, as well as it's sandwiched between, if you take the most recent low to high, it is wedged between the 50 and 61.8. All right? So, again, just something to watch out for. Also, yen. So yesterday we were sitting, let's see. Yesterday we were down here. There was already the entry in, and it just kind of based itself out and then kind of came in again. Again, this level, not necessarily the best. We talked about it. It's already been hit once. Look, one trade here, one trade here, one trade here, and then we hit it and kind of didn't go the full path. It's not really, you're not going to take another short off of it again. You can actually remove all these. Let's remove this. I'm just going to pull the whole thing. We'll pull this all the way back so we know that it was a confirmed level. What do you want? What do you want? I'm looking at that 68 level. Is not a horrible one. Like I said, this level's pretty much done. There is a little bit of a level right here. You guys can see it right there, sitting at the 50. But I think overall, I think this level up here is probably a better one, and it's backstopped by the 61.8, which is technically, as far as fibs go, is technically a stronger level than the 50, even though 50 you see a lot of the time. Here, you're not getting all that stuff over there. You're about to get down again. 16, that's not bad. Well, he's silent crying. He was told no. We're at that stage. Okay, get down. If you're going to cry, you get on the floor. And we pray for noise canceling to work. Here, take all your stuff. Here. The important lessons of toddlers. Yeah, you get told no. It means no. Here we go. All right, so I think that's a decent level. Again, it is a base. It kind of drove a little bit higher. It is, front run kind of by the 61.8 there. So I think it's a decent level. Again, look for a confirmation turn out of there. I would be looking for some reversal back again. And it comes in right around 92.83. Right now, as far as looking for longs, there's not really anything great in here. It's just been so sideways and slow all the way through. We know we have a level kind of a little bit down here at 91.30. We'll just make this 91.30. Yeah, Debbie, he's done crying. It wasn't a real cry. It's the I'm going to do tears and I'm going to manipulate the scenario, right? Yeah, we're at that stage where it's like, oh, I'm just going to cry to get what I want, but Daddy's not giving me what I want. So I can be mean, Daddy. He's number 4, so I'm not worried. I'm not worried about it. So yeah, I think that's the best trade setup we have right now. Looking on this one is closer to the top side, but right now there's no real trend in this one, nothing major. Euro dollar, 20 pips. We're cruising now, right? So we talked about it pulling back down again. It did. It didn't come all the way down. It really ran into some problems. But I think this is decent for us. So I still think it comes back down. And again, I'm looking for a target level down here. We're kind of running into the same level. There's no sellers there. So this was a kind of a new level for him yesterday, right at that 9:30 window. And it's been kind of tagged twice. Really, again, without really any U.S. data, it's really hard to get some dollar strength coming back into this one right now. But one thing I do take note of is we have a base right here, and you can see we've hit it once, chopped through it again, chopped through it again. So it looks like there could be the potential for a little Harry Potter trade there. It's not a very big one, and again, this is when strength comes back in. It's about 14 pips. There is one little hiccup in there, which I kind of hate. I kind of hate that that's there. I wish it was all green, but I do think there's probably a little bit of a short position here. And again, what we're looking for is a break through this level. Yeah, it's 13.4. A breakthrough, a base, and a pullback, and then look for it to push down. Your 1 to 3 is sitting right there. Ideally, you kind of want your profit target right there. It's at the very, very bottom. Let's make this even. Let's go to 51. Right there. There's completely level. So that's where we need to make sure we have profit. It's the very, very tail end, but I think, again, overall, we're still looking for this to come down to 104. 104.35. Right in there. Right. Be careful. We don't play with the birds. Don't play with the birds. They bite. Birds are like looking at his fingers. It's like, yeah, I could tear through that. Little carnivores. So yeah, kind of the best setup we got with this one. And just in case you guys are looking for numbers on it, this one's at approximately, again, you're gonna have to do it off of yours, but do it off the low of this candle right here. But it's approximately around 104.86, right? 104.86 ish area is where that one would be, kind of looking for the entering. And again, what we're looking for is kind of a base in here is ideal, right? We're looking for a break, kind of a breaking of this old zone, right? And then look for it to come back up again, and that's where you'd pull the trigger. Okay, just a little Harry Potter trade, right? We used to have a lightning bolt in here. Do we have a lightning bolt still? We do, right? Little Harry Potter trade right there, right? A break, a pullback, right there. Break, pullback, and go. All right. Euro pound, also very boring. Euro pound is up now 0. 1. It's up 1. Woo! We're cruising now, right? 1. We're just literally basing back and forth. Again, this was yellow yesterday because we didn't really like it. We were sitting there yesterday morning. It kind of came down, found the buyers, came back up, tested again, came back down again. So yeah, pretty boring level. And again, we're not using it as a trade off of. And really right now, I think the box top and bottom is kind of these two sides. And again, remember, if we were using the 85.75, we wanted a confirmation bounce. Not really nothing, right? Not really a thing on this one. Here's where we were yesterday. So barely any movement whatsoever in the euro pound. Next week, we do have some nice pound data coming in. Again, we're just sideways right now. Nice little trade from yesterday, but that trade was out right there. There is another one here. Again, obviously, we do have a level here, but this level has already been hit once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and it pushed all the way to the end here. So I think it's pretty risky to use that level again. I think right now we look for the confirmation touch up here at 86.64. So there's your top and bottom. Right now we're curtain right down the middle, literally between these two sides. So there's not much we can do right now with it. Euro yen also. Now again, we got a run up yesterday and a big crash. By 10:30, we're sitting here. We're still kind of sitting right in the middle. Look at this. Literally the European session. Here's midnight, and the European session started here and then pushed back down, and nothing. We're waiting for something. It's like, yen, please give us some help. Yen, give us some help, please. But there's nothing there. So downward wise, I would say that there is kind of a level down here that we're taking a bunch of bounces off of. You can see it was originally formed here, touch, kind of pushed it deep, touched again, boom, boom. So we know that there's a magical level right around this 143.10-ish, 20-ish mark. Unfortunately, it doesn't really qualify. This is a decent pullback. This impulse correction pull. It's not really, spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out. Now, spit it out of your mouth. Well, you can eat that. You can eat that. That's a crunchy. It's not my favorite of levels because of the correction move right here, right? And again, it is around the 50, but for the amount of risk that's in this one, 20-ish pips, you got some decent level here. So I kind of want to see this one roll back down again. I still like the 144.95. There could be an argument made that 144.46 could be additional level. But besides that, there's just not a lot going. Again, this is no trend whatsoever, and then we're looking for trending markets. Pound dollar. Pound dollar, we were sitting here yesterday, right here. So this one now has moved 24 pips in an upward direction, right? Kind of pulling back to the 50. The 50 was the problem yesterday. Right around 1 o'clock, it pulled back down again, and now we're sitting there again. So we know we have sellers in this area, right? There are sellers sitting in this area. It's hit it twice. It pushed it, again, it's pushed it all the way to the brink. I don't know if it's the best. I still think we wait for the 122.58. That requires about a 30 pip move from where we currently are right now. Oh, I was like, wait, what? Just had an email pop up. that said important recall information from the daycare, and it has to do with sippy cups. Oh, see it? What is it? Cups are they break off, exposing a solder dot that contains lead. There you go. Let's make sippy cups that have metal lids that have lead solder in them. That sounds like it's great, right? They're posing a threat of lead poisoning. I don't know. Is it just me? But like the thing on the knowledge on lead and how bad it is for kids has been out for a really, really long time, right? Like, you know, paint chips, all that kind of stuff. Like lead is bad, right? Why would you use lead solder on a sippy cup, a straw, a steel straw sippy cup for kids? I mean, I don't know, right? Do you have to question intelligence at some point? I feel like I don't even want a new cup. Like I feel like I don't want to like. Hey, if you thought that was a good idea to use lead, right? Right, Debbie? Right? Yeah. Stainless steel straw bottles, sippy cups, and straw. Yeah, yeah. I'm like, why? It's for children. Why would you use lead, you idiot? Right? Yeah. New level of intelligence. Go, go, go team. Anyway, I think 122.58 is where this one looks a reverse. It's going to be super slow at this point. About another 30 pips higher right now. We'll see if we can make it through a 10:30 reversal the next 30. Right, Jeff? I mean, it's just okay. So it's not just me, right? As part of its mission to save lives and to keep families safe by reducing the unreasonable risk of injuries and deaths associated with consumer products, we are recalling to arrange repair, replacement, or refund of recalled products. Yo, God, it's like, hey, lead's bad. Let's not solder. Let's not solder sippy cups for children with lead, right? Yeah. So anyway, look for a roll. Pound yen. Yeah. So pound yen. Interesting enough, there was your 10:30, or there was your 6 o'clock reversal yesterday morning. 10:30, we were sitting right here. You can see we're a little bit higher. We said, hey, listen, could be a potential short if we can get through this level, right? And again, you can see it's bouncing, 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 coming through. So that's all good. But we're 5 pips different than where we were 24 hours ago. So yeah, not much in there, right? I'd say right now, again, this is still a level that we watch out for warning wise. It's decent. It was a red, a green, a red closed down there, descending wicks in that one in an old level, even though that level's been hit a few times. It's the closest thing we got that's even remotely close. The risk level associated with it is about 20 pips. That's not great, but it is the pound yen. So, I mean, it does take a while for that one to move. And a 1 to 3 looks something like that. So it's not even going below the bottom of the channel in that one. So it's not bad. Like I said, I kind of like the way that the candle's formed. It's not its first touch. Maybe that was reestablishing new things there, but unfortunately, we got nothing else, right? We really need this thing to get out of the same the channel that it's in. But really, we've been there since Monday, right? Up, down, and now it's starting even to consolidate back in again. So it's like, God, give us some news, right? Give us some real news, right? Is what we're looking for. So, not a lot there. I mean, you can see it's funny on the pull up, right? 23 did nothing. It sliced right through. Came back up again. 23 got sliced through. Didn't even slow down. Came back up again. Sliced through the 23. Kind of pulled up above it and then slammed even lower. So it just goes to show you that 23 is not a rock solid type trade setup. You typically need some type of confirming reasons there. So yeah, dollar CAD. Dollar CAD is actually one of the only trades that were close. So yesterday, we had that 5:30 reversal. We came back up. 10:30, we were sitting in this level right in here. We kind of pulled back up, grabbed that level again late in the overnight. And again, not bad. The red, green, red right here kind of put lows in. It kind of looks very similar to what we're seeing here, except now we have the dollar CAD. Now, big push to the downside. Dollar CAD is down 25. I know, it's like, wow, look at that. 25 is the biggest mover on the board right now. It is a decent push. So we have a little alert here, and we talked about this one kind of sliding through because we did have a big push up. Now, this is one of those ones. Oil is in the green, right? Up 2.5%, which is awesome. So right now we are seeing dollar weakness, oil strength, which is a recipe for the CAD to continue to drop. Now, from where this test was, whether you got the entry here or here, it has moved about 113 pips, which does seem like a lot, which it is. I mean, when I say grab, there's your one top. You could have got entered there. Or you could have said, well, wait a second, there's a new base. There's my touch off that new base, right? We came back down. We failed to go higher. There's my base. So either one really could be where you entered. What was that? What was that? Here you go. You're okay. Got an empty container now, so I do think there's a trade setup here. This is a nice runner. This one does have the ability to kind of really about another 150 pips down. So I would say that this is the best thing. It is basing right before the level, which is good, right? It signifies that there are probably some sellers right above, but it's about getting the correct entry in this one. Hoping that was a little bit smaller. Right now, where this base is, right there, I'll change it to purple just to make it a different color. That could be where the new level of risk is. I'd like to see where this comes down in basis, how far it is from that level. So again, old one, but this is the near proximity base on there, so it may actually get adjusted into that purple level. But again, absolutely, I think I think Dollar Cat is a good short today based off of what all the fundamentals are showing and the news we have coming in the next 24 hours. Dollar Swiss still range bound. Now we were looking for this to come lower. Again, you can see that yesterday we were sitting right here. It's a little bit lower. All it did was came back and found the sellers here, and now we're flirting with the buyers here. Now, the trend seems to be dollar weakness this morning. Can we come through and break through this lower level down here? It does have a bit more to run, about another 30 pips down. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. Dollar CAD just beeped. I don't think we have anything today that's going to help us this afternoon. Hipster, what you doing over there, buddy? No, natural gas storage. 12. See, this is we're here right now, so we're kind of in a racetrack down to. Well, we're here right now, but 132. So it makes sense why I turned here, but it's not necessarily fresh. This was an old target. The target's out. I don't know if we want to mess with that one or not. We're definitely going to have some problems down here, but the question is how many of these buyers are gone? We're going to extend this across, though. Let's bring this all the way across. No, don't play with that. No. That is not really a Kipster thing. No. Stop. You don't want to get this. This is sharp. Yeah, so right now, I think we're going to have problems with this lower level. And that's what I was kind of looking for. And you can see this black line is just on the low. We had two different areas of buyers back there. Again, pushed it pretty deep, hit it again. So we know that buyers are in that area historically, but it is a level where we're like, yep, that's it. Bam, reversal. Not really. Could it be used for some type of a news reversal for tomorrow morning for the PPI? Absolutely, it could be, right? If these come in super strong, again, that shows that, again, there shouldn't be any doubt that they're raising interest rates. But if we're coming down and we're basing in that level, right, that could absolutely be an area that we're looking for to take longs off of. So It's all right. I don't know if it's going to be really much tradable off of it today, but again, in the overnight, we may even bounce off of that in the European session. But today, I don't think we're going to get enough data to really make this be something that's spectacular, particularly because it's been touched a few times. Dollar yen. So yeah, so dollar yen yesterday morning, we were sitting this time here. We're basically in the exact same spot. What is it? -7 pips in 24 hours. Kind of went up a little bit, kind of went back down. This one does have somewhat of a little Harry Potter in there, like something along those lines. Right? It's okay. Again, getting back down to that 135.24, that was the level that we were looking at. Really, again, it's backstop by that 135 mark, so it's a 61.8 with a backstop of a 135 round number, which again, 135 is an important number. I still like this one short, but again, this is 1, 2. This will be hit number 3, kind of bouncing off that level. I don't think that there is I don't think we have enough room to get a full, maybe. Yeah, 1 to 3 is right there. So it's close. Actually, this should be there. It's really close. Something along those lines. And again, all that is testing these buyers. Again, if it hits one more time and bounces, no harm, no foul. Not a big deal, right? It's already hit it twice. Kind of got front on a third time. So again, if it goes down there and kind of uses that as a pullback, that's a perfect opportunity. The 1 to 3 is just a little tiny bit deep. It's right past the 61.8. So again, that's the one thing that I'd watch out for. Maybe you set this one as a 2.8 or something. What do you got? Thank you. Oh, this is sunflower seed. This is bird seed. Why are you eating bird seed? Like, what has he got that's black? One of the birds. I guess the birds are sharing their sunflower seeds with Kip now, and Kip likes them. He doesn't have back teeth, so I'm not exactly sure how he's chewing them, but yeah, he just handed me a chewed up sunflower seed. Lovely. Glad that everybody is sharing and caring in this household. So yeah, that'd be the one setup I'd look for in this one. Again, make sure you get out, and again, maybe even take it a little bit earlier. The 61.8 is at 135.25. It's not bad. Crypto's holding below. What do we got? Below 17, 1250, and 7. Sell them at 7. TLT may have peaked here a little bit. Let's go across. Look at oil. So oil, you can see yesterday we kind of had this push in. It kind of went up right from news and then finally broke through. So we'll pull these off now. We don't need them anymore for news. And again, it didn't quite get there. It would be there. Actually, I guess it did. Yeah, it was at 23.6 at 8 o'clock yesterday morning. And then news came in right here, which drove it down, which is funny because if you look at the oil data, right here, the down draw 5.2. 1030's here. Like, wait, it's down draw. Less than we had expected, right? Just goes to show you that there's a lot of manipulation in this market. So, what? What you were? What? What? What are you doing? You want this? Oh, this? Yeah, almost done. All right. I'd say right now in oil, looks like it's pretty clear. It had a nice parabolic move at 630. It's pulling back down again. There are buyers, and it is actually confirmed down here. So this is the level that I'd watch out for. Right now, if you are short oil, make sure you get your profit in there at 72.20. Much lower than that. Again, you're going to run into some buyers stepping in. Again, with all the down draws and everything else, what? You can have this, but that's it. Here, you can have one of these two things, and that's all. Those are the only things you're going to have. Again, between a rock and a hard place. 77.35 is still a sell, still like it. Again, still a bottom in there. The 72.20, I think, also makes sense. What? Here. That's it. No, that's sharp because you chewed it. Here. No, you don't want that. You're not getting this. Oh, there we go. I think those are your two bounce levels. Again, not a big fan of the 72.20. If we can break below that, yeah, no, it would be nice. But you know what the funny thing is? We're seeing oil continue to go down, but besides the Sam's Club, which is really, really cheap, everybody is still holding it, and they're like 20 cents higher at that like 345 mark. It's funny. Gas price is not necessarily coming down the way that oil is. So yeah, yeah. Um, nothing great in that one. Natural gas. So natural gas is coming to a level that we're getting interested about. So we know that we have a little bit of a gap right here on the 30-minute. Your gap is right there at 621. Do it 621.5. So right now, this is kind of where the gap, kind of what the peak was in the overnight, right? On Sunday night. So with us rallying higher, I think it puts us in a good spot. With the week ending out, I'm kind of looking for this one to. Oops. Hey, stop. No, those are staples. You're not playing with those. Um, I'm kind of looking for this one to continue to rally up a little bit. If we can get some movement up, this could be a decent level to take a short going into next week. Now, again, we talked about last week going in short, and had you did that, it was a great trade setup. No. Right there is kind of where the weekend. So if we can kind of stabilize ourselves here, this could be a decent short for next week. So again, 3.79, a little bit out of what the ordinary is supposed to be for a day. Stop hitting button skip. But right now, as far as setups go, look, you can see the old level that it based in was a top, a top, a top. 1, 2, 3. Number 4 is what broke. It came back down, touched it, and then took off in the other direction. So we're not going to use it to trade, but it is what it is. Also, looking at this one on the downside, we do have a new bottom here that has also been tested now and confirmed. So for any type of shorts, again, this is what we're going to be looking for down south as far as potential short profit targets for shorts. Again, nice little confirmation. I think that's a pretty decent little touch at 12 or 11:30 in the afternoon. But right now, we're sitting in the middle between two different zones. Not a whole lot we can do with it. Gold. Okay, gold's rallying. So if you can see yesterday, we kind of tagged the 50, went down, went through, kind of pushed up, and now we're fighting through. There's nobody here. We don't have any selling coming in until at least up here. So we still got some room up. And yesterday we talked about that being close to the 7,886 as well as the 1,800. Go, gold, go. Get us up there. If we can end up here on Friday and be up in there on Friday, this could give us a great opportunity to take a short next week. And again, if you're kind of looking at that, let's see. Let's get this. Let's apply filters. Buddy, it's not the end of the road. You're hyperventilating here. You can see right here with the federal funds rate. Is this something we get into a little bit early? Maybe get into those shorts? Yeah, potentially, right? We already know we're going up to 4.5. Again, that's a nice little chunk. There's plenty of data next week. You can see there's a lot of red here, right? A lot of red, 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 and even more red here, right? So a lot of red next week compared to this week, which not a lot of red, right? Not a lot of red. Look at the difference. There's this week. There's next week, right? So yeah, I think gold absolutely. Again, kind of cheering gold on. Mark this one off on Sunday night. Let's see, Friday, Sunday is right there. I'm hoping we're up at one of these two levels. Either one of those I think are great. Take a week-long swing position on this one and get short gold. Silver, again, it's moving. So silver ended up coming through, which is fine. We want this one higher. Again, we're looking for it next week. Now, with this level kind of being broken, and it really should have been more there. There's the top. We're through right now. It looks like it's trying to put a new top in. None of these are really great. And again, the top of this is so choppy and large. Kind of the same thinking. I would like us to end the week somewhere up here. Again, with it rallying up, we know next week that interest rates are going to continue to rise. Everybody expects a super, super week. I highly doubt they're going to say, we're going to raise 0.5, and now we're going to wait, right? And again, core PPI tomorrow kind of helps out with that just a little bit. So, again, I'm good with this. With that being said, we do, again, tomorrow, we do have that core data. If this is bigger than expected, both of those should be shorts. So if we can get a little bit more of a push, I think, again, look at the European session, see what the Europeans do with gold and silver. There may be an opportunity if there's a surge up before news tomorrow to take shorts in both of those positions. I like both of them for the shorts next week, but again, with the core PPI, we may have opportunities tomorrow morning to be able to trade both of these to the short side. So again, love it high, but I'd like to see a new top. And maybe, no, you're not getting that. Nope, you're not getting those. You want this? You can have this. No, I know what you want, but you're not getting this. This? No, you cannot play with that. Those are not for babies. Those are not for babies. He's like, oh, I want that though. That could be an artificial top for right now. We're gonna see what that looks like, but that could be a nice little. No. This? You want this in the bag? It's just a magnet. So yeah, I think again, European session, see what they do. Let's see. European session is here, and news is coming in. Is it 10:30 or 8:30? 8:30. Right there. So I'd like to see what happens between this time frame. That's what I want to see happen. I want to see what happens with that tomorrow for solar. Okay. All right. What do we got here? Apple, not doing bad. Tesla still in the red, although, yeah, not too bad. All right, everything is solely in the green. So let's see what we got here as far as the 15-minute candles go. Ooh, nice little pullback. 8:30, your 9 o'clock window is here. 9:15, looks like 9:30 went down and did grab this level here. Okay. Would that have squeezed in? Let's see. Survey says your 1 of 3 target would have been there. Absolutely, it did. So all it needed to do was go down, grab the level of basing, and it would not have broken through the high to the top side. So again, it's squeezed in there very, very fast. It looks like it triggered at let's see, 9:30, 9:35, 9:40 is when it triggered, and then the bottom on that one was the 9:45 candle. So most of the movement happened at the 9:45 candle on that one, and all we did was just grab a level there. So nothing crazy. All right, nothing super crazy on that one. This one runs into the same problem yesterday. It's green now. There's nothing up here until we get all the way back up top here. So back up at the 4,006 mark. So plenty of room for this one to continue to move today. And I actually don't think this is horrible. If this one continues to move green in time for news tomorrow, that PPI comes in at 0.3, right? 0.3 or 0.4. That should be a big crush down on the markets because, again, it's another one of those, like, that's it. They're going to jack it, which is the truth. So, yeah. Yeah, buddy. Ugh. Yeah. Let me see something here. Stop. Nope. Stop. No. Artificially, there may be some selling coming here. And again, it may be profit taking from this initial surge up here. So again, I'd be a little cautious with it. But the reality is there's not really any big areas of sellers here. Hold on one second. He's got... Here, get down. Get down. If you're going to have tantrum, you get on the floor. Not Daddy's not going to carry you. Sorry. You may see some artificial selling and, again, profit taking coming in, but there's nothing over here that really necessarily justifies it. NQ, kind of did the same thing. Now, 9:30 blew through this one, right? 9:30 was up here. Question is, let's see, this one may not have had room. There's your zone. We had marked that level yesterday. There's your zone. Question is, would we have had enough space to take this one? The answer is 1, 2, and 3 is there. Oof. Yeah, you probably would have. It was close. You probably would have. So in this case, had you taken this one in something like futures, you probably would have got stopped out, depending on the type of entry you had in. It did go lower and actually grabbed a zone down here, which is fine, right? But had you taken this one with obviously an options-based product, again, you were good. Your 1 and 3 you can see it is well past. Again, as it took some heat here, you wouldn't have been stopped out. Let's see. Yeah, once it really kind of reversed, once it broke in, had you taken it on the top side out, then you would have been fine. But for the most part, if you had gotten a number 1 entry, the number 1 entry would have killed you, right? It would have stopped you out on futures, only to go exactly where you had it set up. Had you done it with options, when you took some heat, it didn't really make any difference in the world, went higher. Had you taken it as a number 3 entry when it left the zone again, came down, your entry would have been here, and you would have been good either way. So, yeah, depending on how you traded that one, again, what product would have dictated that one. Kind of the same thinking on this one. We're sitting in a racetrack right now. There's nothing really to slow this one down until we get all the way up into this area. So, got some room for this one to run for the day. All right. Yeah, this one, 9:30. Yeah. So this one pulled back to there. 1 to 3 is right there. Now this one would not. This one would have had to break through new highs. This one did not have enough room before sellers were coming in at 8:15. So that's just a little bit extra of a word of warning on this one. But again, it was a decent base. It pulled back up, and then really the 9 o'clock drove it straight down, and then it paused at 9 and 9:30. Our 9 and 9:15 candle were sitting in that zone. So this one pretty easy setup as well. Everybody should have been able to grab this one. Just like a trend continuation with a pullback right before the market's open. And let's see. This one went a little bit deep. All right. Let's see. There would have been your confirmation touch. Right there. And there you go. This one would have scared a lot of people. And 1 to 3 is there. So yeah, it would have been before the top. Look at that. Straight up. Let's see on 5 minute. Yeah, look at this. Nice little whipsaw, right? There was your high. It broke through the high at 9:30. Everybody goes, oh, that's it. It broke the high in the overnight. Everybody buy it. Everybody buy it. Sandbag down. Grab the confirm level. Grab the confirm level and took off. Same deal. Now, this one, you don't need this. Don't need that. Pull this. Definitely some stuff going on right there. $118. Actually, this should be red. 1845. It would be where I'd be looking for this one. Could you break it? I think Eki broke it. Eki, try exclamation point ticket space 1. I don't know. I don't know, Eki. How many tickets did you buy? You only bought 10, which you had more than that. So I don't know exactly what's going on there. Try exclamation point ticket space 1. Maybe Stream Elements is down. There you go. You're in. Don't know. Maybe you're doing it too fast. Maybe it thinks you're spamming. I don't know. Got it. Yeah. Yes, Kip. I don't know. Maybe it thinks you're spamming there. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, as far as opening print goes, guys, a lot of different traps and things like that at the open today, but obviously all of them pulled back at big rallies. They're all sitting in racetracks right now, so they all got some more room to run to the top side. So, just be aware of that, keep that on your radar. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, really, the big thing we got to wait for now is kind of see what happens in the next 12 to 24 hours. For this core PPI and PPI is a big release. So, again, it's one of those things that you should absolutely be watching out for. I think really the telltale sign for this one is going to be to see what the European market does with it. Obviously, this is another one of those scenarios where, we wish that the data wasn't given out, that nobody actually knew what the data was. But unfortunately, we know that that is not really the case. So, yeah. With that said, that's it for today. I don't know if you guys saw this. I saw this about an hour ago, that they are doing a prisoner swap. That, Brittany Grimer is being released. We're trading Brittany for the Russian arms dealer, right? So interesting scenario. I think again, this was a weird case, right? But again, as being a person that used to travel around, I kind of get it. Like, you have to be aware of what you have. Like, do I think she deserved 9 years in jail in hard labor camps? No. But if you take drugs to another country, you have to be aware of the laws in those other countries. So at the same time, like, yeah, I feel really, really bad for Brittany, and I'm glad that Brittany's coming home. But as a person that traveled for a living for a couple years to travel all over the place, that's one thing you got to know. You don't bring drugs to another country. In Canada, if I would have got caught with drugs in Canada, like if you come back from Canada with there's like a million signs at the airport. Turn your weed in here, right? Because it's legal there, right? Turn your weed in right here. It just goes back down to, it doesn't matter if you have a prescription or what it is. If you bring drugs or something like that to another country, you have to live by the rules. So, yeah, again, Feel bad for her. Glad she's coming home because I don't think she deserved, working in a labor camp for 9 years for which she got busted for. It's my personal opinion. But yeah, sorry. Lesson learned. I don't think if she goes back to Russia ever again, which I doubt she will, she's going to do the same thing again. So, but yeah, glad she's coming home. But hopefully the dude that's getting out, Victor, hopefully Victor is not a super, super bad guy, right? Yeah. Russian arms dealer. Like you hear Russian arms dealer, like, oh God. Like you got an image of what this guy looks like from the movies at this point, right? So, yeah, but I'm sure everybody will be excited that Brittany's coming home. So, with that said, let's go ahead and do our drawing for the day. 70 of you are in, 10 tickets in. I'm not going to say who won yesterday because then Nura will ban me, just like in the movie, right? Yeah, Russian arms dealer. Like, I know what that guy looks like, right? And it's not Jonah Hill, right? So, all right, here we go. Winner of today's drawing is... Wow, look at that. If you spam enough... So is this... So here's my question of the day. Is this a question of, does the squeaky wheel get the grease? Right? I don't know. I feel like Eki spammed the system enough. It finally said, okay, I'll give you a ticket. And then Eki won. It's not even Friday. Imagine that, right? And he didn't use all the tickets. I don't know. Weird. I don't know what happened with that one. I don't know. Sometimes Stream Elements obviously has some issues with it. So if you try hard enough, yeah, exactly right, Jeff. Right? Don't ever. You can do anything you want to do. I want to win this contest. You must buy a ticket. All right, I will buy 1,000,000 tickets, but only one will count. Right? So obviously the one that he bought was the winning ticket. So yeah, that's how it works. If you try hard enough. So. All right, with that said, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning again. European session. Watch what happens pre-news market, or pre-news release. That should tell us everything we need to know about the PPI numbers for tomorrow. And again, if those numbers are good, watch the indices. They will tank tomorrow. It will be a red day. All right, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Everybody, good trading today. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Take care.